Thank you all for coming today. This presentation is strictly about me. My name is Jessica Thomas. I was born in Cleveland, Mississippi on June 27th to Larry and Sarah Thomas in Bolivar County Hospital. At the age of 1, we moved to Memphis, where I began my life. I started off elementary school at Alton, and in the latter years of my education, we transitioned to Kirby in East Memphis. While in high school, I was a part of the basketball team. I also was a part of the DECA Club. While in DECA Club, that's where I gained my interest for leadership. My father opened his first business when I was about 10, and I also gained an interest into cosmetology and hair, point blank period. Barber, styling, color, trimming, and this is where I began to gain interest with managing a business. While gaining my interest with the business, I also picked up a job at Lids, where I became the third key for this company, which was also a leadership role for me. After transitioning through Lids as a third key, I eventually became an assistant manager, and I also moved up the ladder to a store manager. While working at Lids, I graduated high school. After graduation of high school, I moved on to college at University of Memphis. During my third year at University of Memphis, I became pregnant with my daughter, Micaiah. And I also met the love of my life actually while I was in high school, Mr. Terrence Cook. After having my daughter, I was working 3 jobs and I was also attending school, and I knew it was time for me to slow down. So I stopped working at Liz. I was working at FedEx at a warehouse. I stopped working there. I was also working at a car lot. And I ended all of these jobs just to make sure that I could care for my family and then get back to my education. After I had my daughter and I decided I was going to go back to school, I took it very, very slowly, and I ended up at DeVry University. DeVry was nice, wasn't nothing major, but I decided I wanted to do something different. So I continued with retail management, and going through that, I did retail at Dots, I did retail at Dressbarn, I also did retail at New York & Company as a store manager. So I had gained all the leadership and management experience that I could possibly have probably by this time. While in New York & Company, I ended up leaving my job. We had some issues, and I went 5 months without working. During those 5 months, probably the worst 5 months of my entire life, but with my strong religious background, I kept faith. One day, talking to my mom said, "Jessica, you should go ahead and apply for a job in the healthcare field." I said, "Mom, I have no experience there." She said, "Take it, try it, you just never know." So I went and I applied for this job, taking all of my leadership experience, all the knowledge I had gained through DECA Club, through any of my leadership management classes, accounting, computer sciences, all of this, I took it all and I just applied for the job. The boss loved me, I got the job. She asked me what I wanted to make. I quoted her a salary, and she matched it and gave me a lot more. She told me it wasn't enough. So I was excited, I took the job. So I started off as an admissions coordinator. With this position, I'm basically a liaison for families, for the hospitals, and to the healthcare facility. I do skilled nursing and long-term care. While doing that, I was gaining more knowledge into communications and networking. So I started doing events. I host events. I basically plan anything that happens inside of the building as far as marketing, knowing the amount of beds that we have, knowing how we're going to strategically place our new admissions for this facility. So I moved on up the ladder. I decided to start back into school at Union University, where I am now. I love it. I get to work pretty much at my own pace, and it makes it easier for me to finish school with having my child and making sure I take care of school, make sure I take care of her at school, and taking care of my family as a whole. So now I decided that, in December of 2015, I decided that I wanted to branch out away from Memphis, and I decided to move to Nashville. Nashville had more opportunities. The salary was, of course, higher, and I just wanted to leave Memphis as a whole. I've been there my whole life. So now I'm in Nashville, and I work for Crestview doing admissions and marketing for that facility. Not a very big facility, nothing that I'm used to, but it's a very cozy environment, and I handle it well. Just with my knowledge and my experience, I have been recruited by so many different buildings, so many different leaders, but I continue to do my marketing, my education. I also handle education for leadership inside of the facilities as well as customer service while taking on the role of being the admissions and the marketing person. So just recently I've decided to make a move and transition back into Memphis just to take on my job with more responsibility, but also to partake in the admissions and administrator and training program. That way I can take on my own nursing home or my own skilled nursing facility or assisted living. You never know where it may take me. But those are my plans, and that is all about me.